Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Ronan, and today is Sunday. I know the market's open. Today's May 27th, and 2018. This is our weekly charting video. Thanks so much for watching. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. I do this nearly every week that I can, and just give a little outlook of what I believe is going to happen in the market. So we got a bunch of stuff to get into. So yeah, let's just dive right in. And if you're watching this on YouTube, check us out. It's free to check us out. The links are below. I have a VIP group and a free group where I teach my methods of trading, which I've developed over the years to become consistent, profitable, and I'm really making an effort to simplify everything. So as you can see, I'm actually in a cabin here in Colorado, which is pretty cool. But it's super nice day outside. I want to go ride my bike and play. So I want to get this video and get it done, and so I can get you guys up to date. And so hopefully I can get out there before the market's open. So that being said, yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, what I like to point out is that the big, you guys should know, especially people that aren't in the United States, tomorrow is Memorial Day. It's a big holiday. And also in Great Britain, I think it's like Spring Day or something. So expect the market to be a little bit slower Monday for sure. But then it's going to pick back up because check it out. Look what we got. NFP. So it's going to start out slow, and then it's going to build up, and NFP week's always a little more intense, in my opinion. So we got a lot of data going on. Just go over it real quick. This could be big because we've been, especially if you've been following my videos, my group, been focusing a lot recently on Japanese yen. Kuroda is kind of, it's kind of cut and dry, dovish tone. But who knows? That'll be one to tune into because we're at a bit of a tipping point on USD JPY. Consumer confidence. Whoa, sorry, consumer confidence on Tuesday. Royal Bank of New Zealand, might be. That's not going to be much of a market mover. But Tuesday morning where I'm at, or I don't know where you guys are at, New York session, but we have the Bank of Canada rate statement. So the market's not really expecting a rate hike, but the market is expecting a very hawkish tone. The only thing that's really thrown off Canada, it seems like, is the NAFTA agreements and Donald Trump. So that being said, yeah, I dropped some charts for you guys, and let's go ahead and pull up the UCAD chart because I want to look at it. It really popped out at me. Where are we at? And yeah, so it's been ranging in this little zone right here. But if you take it out all the way to the weekly chart, I mean, look at this. We're just right in the middle of a triangle. This is one of my favorite patterns, especially, if y'all are in my group, you know how much I like spotting these triangles. But this is a clear pattern here. Touch on the downtrend, touch, 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 touch. The price, you can see it's going up, up, then starting to consolidate. So it's about to break out one way or the other. So the thing is, if the question is the dollar going to continue to rally? I think it could go, personally, I think it could go either way, but I think we're going to see UCAD drop before it does. And add that into, you can see here, wherever it touches and price is just boom, 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 and it's right here. So I'm going to be looking for a good entry pretty much early on Sunday night, Monday morning. would love to see a drop down to the support zone. Now, top that off with, let's bring it back to this economic data. So if you're this introduction to me, I blend technical and fundamental analysis. I think it's very important to know what's moving the market. It's economics. So that being said, if the Canadian bank comes out rather hawkish or even super hawkish, then we could see this UCAD maybe bust through the support and trade down to this support. Or how great would it be to just short this all the way down to the bottom of the triangle, bottom of this trend line, and then ride it on all the way back up. So that would be the perfect scenario. But we have the banks closed on Monday, Memorial Day. It could be, regardless, we could get a drop right here. So I think that's a great looking setup. And let's just go ahead and check out some of the other charts I dropped in the group. And if you're new to me in my group, we have a VIP chat room, which we're talking about the markets. We're sending a lot of gifts and memes and stuff. So we definitely have like a lot of fun too trading. And it helps when you can do this with a group of other traders. Here's a picture of some socks I bought the other day. Some mountain biking socks, pretty sick. But anyways, so I sent out charts for these weekly setups. And I'm going to just go ahead and go through these so the people that are in my group too know what I was talking about. So here's UCAD. And let me just fast forward here to the DXY, the dollar index. So we've been following this since November. If you've been in my group, I've been talking about, it's going to retest. It's retested and it's broken out. And man, what a rally the dollar's been on the past 2 weeks. But right now we're on the 38.2 extension. I'll pull this up on my live chart here. I can find it. Here it is. So we have two scenarios that could happen here. We're at the 38.2. We have this cross trend line here. You can see I have a buy limit placed way down here, which would be excellent if that happened. But there's two scenarios. This thing could just keep on rallying. Look, we have some divergence here. We go to the 4 hour. We have some serious divergent price. This is, always looking to spot this in RSI. Price action's moving up, but the relative strength index, the strength of the currency cross is moving down. So it's a great sign of, I think this is running out of steam for two reasons. That the divergence, and we're at this 38.2 retracement. Now, on the other hand, if we break above it, next stop could be the 50, which would be 95.5, which would be insane. This would be so overbought. It would be ridiculous. I don't think it's going to happen. So I think it's going to break down lower and retest this cross trend and then make a push up or complete breakdown. Those are the two scenarios. But I think this is a solid target, however you look at it, which is about at 92.5. So, actually that I didn't send a signal out on this, but and I'm not the biggest gold trader, but I am in a position here. So let me mark this chart up. As you can see, I got quite a few. Scaled my position here. So this trend held up really well. I mean, we had a huge breakdown here with that dollar rally I just showed you on the dollar index. Gold and the dollar if the dollar index is up, gold is going down. If the dollar index goes down, gold is going up. I mean, it can be pretty simple, but I mean, it never works out that way. My iPad died last night, so it erased all my previous charts. See, we have this cross trend here. And so I look for this a lot. Fractal, 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 fractal. And this looks like a solid zone, like support. So we had broken through, and now we're back above it. And we're holding pretty steady on this line here. I have my take profits at 13.19 and 13.20. Let's go out on daily chart. As long as we stay above this support zone, I think this is a solid target, if not even higher. We had some big geopolitical news last week with Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un, North Korea canceling this huge, epic nuclear summit. Now they're saying they're going to reschedule it. I mean, it's all just a show anyways, but, without getting too deep into that, but that's what it looks like. So, but we got to learn how to play the market, to go along with the show. So if tensions keep escalating, if, they're bickering back and forth, it's only going to strengthen gold as it's a, safe haven currency. Or commodity rather. I think this is a solid looking setup on gold. I'm actually going to send this out to my VIP group so they have this chart available to them. Well, that's loading. Maybe it doesn't want to do it while I'm on here. Let's check out some of the other charts I dropped. UJ, man, been wearing out UJ, and I'm pretty bummed. This thing, if you think this is a mess, you should have seen my charts before they got erased because there's lines everywhere. But that's how meticulously I've been looking at it. And so we've had this triangle here. Price broke down out of the triangle, came back up, bounced off this 23.6. Came back up, broke back inside, nearly tagged the top end, and then dropped back down. Let's take a closer look. So this on the daily, and now where are we? And you can see how divergent price was from here to here. So if you can think of a line here, going down, I like to, mark up my RSI. It's 80. If it hits 80, something big's about to happen. 70, and then 30 and 20. So opposite, the oversold area. So we had this price moving up. Divergence, running out of gas up top here. This is a trend line break too. I don't have it marked, but this was a trend break. Broke down from that first trend, broke down the second. Retested. Now let me pull up the live chart here. Broke back above. This is that kind of the break that broke it all, right? So this happened, then we broke down again, and we bounced off this cross trend. So here's another cross trend, just like I drew on gold. If I can go to the daily chart, this is the cross trend, and I'm just following fractal point. So you can see that's a nice ledge looking deal right there, fractal point. and right through the middle here. And that's that support zone. And look, this is when you see a bunch of intersecting trends, it's a great sign for reversal. Now you can see I've stacked those trades there pretty nicely. So I'm definitely betting on it dropping. We also have a head shoulders here, shoulder, head. Maybe this is going to form another shoulder. It's going to keep dropping, but I think it seems that this cross trend is holding up pretty well. And next stop below. Let's see, I already had a larger fib chart, so let's just see. Then from this high, 111.3 to the low, about 104.2-ish, which makes the 50 108.0, pretty much on the dot. And so next stop is 61.8, which is about 108.8, which that's our first major zone of support, be a good take profit place. And then maybe we'll get a bounce to retest this intersecting downtrend line, which would form the right side of our head and shoulder pattern here. And, you know, after that happens, this, I wouldn't be surprised. I have it to the 50. I wouldn't be surprised to see something down here to 38.2, 107, and possibly even lower. And I did this in previous video for more in-depth explanation on UJ. You can check it out. Please feel free to check it out. And this would be a huge drop, which is very possible. Complete breakdown, which would also form a double bottom here. Bottom, which I teach in my training, is also makes what looks similar to a W. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then next stop, I mean, it would be a hell of a rally retesting this upper trend line. So if you're in my group and you've been watching this, you're like, dude, you are spending way too much time on UJ. But if you can just focus on one pair, that's all you need to know, man. That's all you need to know. So let's continue, though, for anybody else that wants to look at it. USD Swissy. Now, this is the weekly chart. Look at this. Talking about triangles here. Look at this triangle. Boom, boom. I'm going to pull it up on the live chart here. And we're, like I said, with the gold, we're getting this safe haven strength, risk-off currencies, or risk-off pairs, or however you want to call it. We have this triangle here. And look how, right, look how overbought RSI is. It hit the 80. Boom. As soon as it hit that, boom, it crashed hard. So we have this upper trend line here. See if I did anything closer. We have this upper trend line here, and seems to be holding nicely. Let me pull up live chart. And so, yeah, this is that weekly lower trend line. And if this goes right here, I think we're definitely headed to retest it. Say the dollar index drops, gold jumps, UJ falls, and then this breaks. Oh man, it's 9,500, 0.9500 for USD Swiss. So that's gonna be a hell of a drop, and I'm definitely gonna be looking at this as a shorting opportunity. So just to go over a couple quick charts that I dropped for you guys. GU, we had this double top here, right at 23.6. And what looks, I mean, this is just downtrend and a half, but we have this upper trend line here, still an uptrend. So I don't think we're I think this is going to hold at some point. The dollar index drops, this holds, and possibly the pound cable could have just a rally of epic proportions and could even go back 145, right? Because this is still an uptrend from here, from these 2 points. If this two support zone, these two fractal points hold, then boom. It's also close to 61.8, so it's not quite there. I would hope for this trend line to hold if it does rally. But if this breaks, which I did in the next slide, 1.30, another 300 pips for GU. AU, same. AU and GU are very well correlated. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. But this trend is broken. We just hit the 50, and we're about to retest the backside of this trend line. And next stop, 61.8 for Aussie dollar. And if all these safe haven currencies, Swiss, yen, gold strengthen, then we're going to see, AUD, NZD, risk currencies weaken, typically. And here's the dollar index. So, I hope now that I went through those pairs, you can see what the scenario is for the DXY and what could possibly happen. So thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go try to catch some sun, get a little exercise, get the blood going, ride my bike, and get ready for these markets to open. So thanks so much for watching. Click the link below. I appreciate everyone out there, especially the VIPs in my group, man. We're killing it. Y'all are the best. And let's have an awesome week. Peace.